Welcome to Astrology and the Chinese 5 Elements with me, Sue Brain, and my wonderful colleague here, Maddie King. Now, Maddie has been a leader and teacher of the Eden method for the past 30 years and now focuses her work on self-care for women using the Chinese 5 elements. And a link to Maddie's workshops and all the wonderful things she does, it will be below this video. So just you can connect with her there. So Maddie and I published a video back in September on how best support yourself when you have an imbalance of fire, earth, air and water in your astrological chart. And during our chat, Maddie, being passionate about the 5 elements, brought in that conversation a lot. And some of you have asked for more information about the Chinese 5 elements. So we thought we would offer a series of videos exploring the 5 element model together and taking one model to represent each season of the year as the year unfolds, to help you understand how to deal with elemental imbalances in your life and how this can improve your relationships when you find a way to rebalance. So, because it's midwinter, we're going to start to celebrate this by exploring the element of water. Now, Maddie, tell me, why for you is water the element of deep winter?
Well, it is a time, or a real yin time. And if you think what animals do, and hello, by the way, sorry everyone, hello. Dive straight in. I love it. It is, if you think about what do animals do, most animals will hibernate in the winter. They'll go inward. It's a time of restoration, if you want, a quiet time. And one of the best things we can do, and I don't know how many of you are feeling like this at the moment, is to sit and, nice and cozy and warm and be quiet and in your little den. Yes, all of this. And I love it, actually. So I absolutely love it, because it is the time of deep winter, of going inwards. The water element's very much associated with deep waters, still waters,
yes.
Very deep.
Scorpio.
And the philosopher,
yes.
Taking time to, you need to be pretty yin and wintry to be able to think enough to be a philosopher, rather than out there going for it in fire time in the summer.
It's so really interesting. So all of the astrological signs of Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio are all very inward journeying water signs.
Mm-hmm. And you find as well, there's huge creativity at this time of year for some people. If you're a water element, you are literally in your element. So now is the time, if you're water, you have good, strong water element in you, is to get creative, especially writing. You will find most great writers are water element people. They have that ability to go in deep and find out, I don't know, it's like finding out the authenticity within and then expressing it.
So, okay, so in an astrological chart, we would find out how much water element you had by counting up the number of planets of the seen planets, the 7 seen planets in water charts. Right. So how would you do that how would you find out that you had a lot of water in your chart using the 5 elements?
With water, if you will have all 5 elements within you, but one will be what we call your primary element. If you think of them stacked up in front of you, one will be closest, and it will be the one that you go to when you're in stress. So how do you truly go into stress? If you are like, oh, I'm just going to go under the duvet, thank you very much, that is a sign you could be a water. If you are prone to a little bit of depression, going to the dark place deep within, that's a water imbalance sometimes. You can look at your physical, the physical attributes of water. Have you ever you may be one of them. I'm not, sadly, but those fingernails that are not the nail bit that's long, but that whole bit is long and elegant, beautiful fingers.
Delicate, isn't it? I call them piano players' hands.
Yes, they're not like dinky. They're long and graceful. And also the waters walk with this grace as if they're moving through water. You may be very angular and lean. That is a real water attribute. So you can look at that. You can look at what you do, what you're drawn to in your career. And say if you're a writer, for sure you get strong.
In the astrology, with a lot of water in a chart, we would look at perhaps they're more fear-based. They may not want to go and be, they're not the party animal. They would rather stay at home with a nice film and a glass of wine, probably, or a cup of tea or something. So there's that. So they can be quite reclusive. They can be maybe quite fear-based, to the point of phobic in a way, if there's an overemphasis on water, but also very psychic. Water people are incredibly sensitive. So is that something that the 5 element water would also be?
Yes, it really does. It really, really does reflect that in the 5 elements, because water element governs fear, which means you can have someone who's very fearful or totally the opposite. So it could be fearless, the daredevil out there has no perception of reality or of the reality of danger. So it can be the reverse. Also, if you think the opposite of fear is safety, people who feel insecure or anxious, or they're not very trusting sometimes, because, So, but that fear and anxiousness is
and again with astrology, we would look at people who have a heavy overload of water. We would actually think, do they become overwhelmed by other people? They're people that don't want to go into crowds of people, or they're not good at entering the party and going da-da. They're more like, I think I'll just have a quick drink and go home. It's that kind of vibe.
It is that, but also, it's interesting with waters. If you think of water, it can be a gas, it can be a liquid, it can be a solid.
Yes.
And the water element trait is they can be very persuasive. They will get into you somehow. They really, really will. Okay, and it can all be all flowy and everything is lovely. But if you upset them, if things don't go their way, a water element can freeze you out immediately.
Wow.
Freeze you out.
Also, I think lean on people to make them a little bit guilty if they don't go their way. Do you feel like that's something with a water element that might?
Well, that can be more, and we'll come on to that later in the year. The earth element plays on guilt, okay? But the water element, think of a little toddler, doesn't get its own way. It'll be right, and it's not the anger of a wood, it's the real sullen, sulky little toddler thing, and that would come before freezing you out, basically. I mean, for you waters out there, this is if you are out of balance, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
You are absolutely delightful, okay? But these are the traits which you need to look for in yourself to think, maybe my kidney and bladder, which make water element, maybe these 2 energies are not as balanced as they could be. It's always a clue.
So how would you do that? If somebody you were working with somebody, lot of water element, how would you work with them to invite in a way of balancing it? I'll give you an example. I had a client just the other day, lots and lots of water. So I just said, this is about getting into your body, physically feeling in your body, getting grounded, because water people can be escaping all over the place. It's very Piscean, Neptunian, that kind of deep waters of Scorpio, or withdrawing and being overprotective with Cancer and the moon and the cycles of the moon. So how would you work with these people?
Lots of ways. It's great fun working with waters because of their creativity. But yeah, it's interesting when you say like, boundaries. You know, they can have very fluid boundaries and they can be quite ungrounded in some ways. So one way I would work is I would do it or get them to do it to massage kidney 1, the very first point on kidney meridian on their foot. I'm going to show you in a minute.
Yeah.
Not on my foot. I've got a plastic one here. I can't get my foot out there. Because it's an amazing point. Okay, well, let me show you where it is. It's if you come down to on your foot, the color will change here.
Yes.
Okay. So just come in, line there. That is kidney 1. You're not going to stick a needle in, so you don't have to be precise, but that area is kidney 1. It's known as bubbling or gushing spring in traditional Chinese medicine, and it's an amazing point to massage, to pull out, to put a bit of essential oil on, or a crystal if you use those, or whatever, or just massage and open it, because what it does is a two-way motorway to the earth. So it will ground you. Okay, so it pulls you down into the ground, but it will drain out any fear, any fear that doesn't serve you. It can drain out through kidney 1. So boom, that's immediately going to put your water element more into balance. But also what it does is it brings in energy. It's the very first point on the entire meridian system, according to certain traditions. Others put lung 1, but we do kidney 1. And that means you are revitalizing your entire body, not just the kidney energy.
Wow.
So that's something which anyone can do. If you can't reach your kidney 1 point, get a couple of little pebbles, put them on the floor and put the point on there and just put a bit of pressure on them.
I have a tiny little ball which I stand on.
Lovely.
And that's been that because I've got really weird feet, being an Aquarian, ankles and feet being an Aquarian. So I stand this wonderful healer I go and see. She got me to stand on a ball.
Yes,
that's been incredibly helpful.
Yeah, and that is you've got shock points on your heel on
Yes.
the back as well. So use a little pebble. You don't have to get anything fancy, something smooth, and just sit there and you adjust the pressure. It's a great way to do. So I would definitely do that. I would then come up, and you can do this on yourself as well, is I would massage kidney 3. I'll show you where that is as well in a minute. And why would I do that? Kidney 3 is known as the source point, and it's only one. Kidney only has one, and it's this one. And if you imagine like a little reservoir of energy, and if you massage that, it's no nonsense. It hyperlinks straight up to the kidneys. So it really helps the organs, but it also helps balance. Okay. So the way to come in is it's on the inside. There's the big toe. Okay. If you come to the Achilles tendon, basically in line, if you can see that in line with the base there. Okay. Come now, just neek, neek, neek. It's about there.
Oh right. I'm just.
Okay, so
I can feel that between the tendons.
Okay.
Yes.
And exactly. And because it's a master point in the body, it has less electrical resistance on the skin. Your finger will sink in and you'll go, oh, yeah, that's it. You just know it. Fantastic. Keep your finger on there, massage around, pulse it, rub it up and down, whatever you want to do. But work it on both sides of the body. And that is a great way and a very safe way to work with your kidney energy, because source points are self-regulating. Can't put too much in. They say basically, get out of the way, Maddie. Just touch me and I'll do the rest.
So if you're feeling very fearful, and that's just the state that you're in, and I know we're living in very, very unsettled times at the moment. We all are. So there is fear in the zeitgeist. But if you're noticing that you're very anxious all the time, and there isn't really an obvious reason why, or you're overreacting to things, you would say go to the meridian 1 and 3.
Yes, although there's something even better. If it's real fear,
Yeah.
very best thing for fear, okay, is one hand on here. We go, oh my God. Okay.
Yes.
Now the other hand goes on the back, behind, in line with the eyes, and
Yeah.
do this lying down so
Yeah.
that your arms aren't tired. And you just breathe. Don't try and think or not think about anything, and just say, I am safe. I am safe. All is well. And you hold that, excuse me, until you begin to feel a pulse in your hand, the hand that's holding the forehead, which signals blood has come to the forebrain, but it will also be going to, these are the winter points on the back, the
Right.
water points. Okay. So you could just go like that, just on water. And that's quite balancing. But if fear is really involved,
It's that. That's so calming anyway, isn't it?
well, if you think we do it naturally,
Yeah. Oh my God, isn't it?
yes. Oh my God, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I learned, oh God, this is years ago. I learned to pulse the 2 points on my forehead. I don't know. I don't know what they're called, but that's always been very good to bring down effect for me as well.
Absolutely. Or you can just go another, just your hands on there, and your
Yes.
hands here, on the temples, which are
Yes. Yes.
associated
Yes.
with something called
Yes.
triple warmer. And then you just go like that. And what am I going to do? We're instinctively going
We
for
do,
certain
don't we?
acupressure points, which go, whoa, 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 whoa. It's like connecting to your inner mum, Sue, that say, okay, we got this problem. Don't worry.
Yes.
Let's seek a solution. Let's be calm. Let's find the solution. That
Okay, so
means,
I've got a question for you then. What about, this one when you go, oh,
yes.
where are is that water points or what points are those?
No, this particular one
Yeah.
is very much, you're here on triple
Yes.
warm, which are fire points, which are panic and
Yeah.
real anxiety. You're
Yeah.
also encompassing here,
Yes.
here down to here and around is stomach meridian. And stomach meridian on Earth is about anxiety, and about worry. If you're a worry wart,
Yeah.
what's he going to
Yes.
do? I can't pay the
Yeah.
bills. Or what are you going to do? But this is really good.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, if you hold it just a little bit higher, you are getting this point here, which is the beginning of gallbladder, and this bit here, which is the end of triple warm. You don't have to know these.
No.
Okay? Just hold that, and basically it drains
Wow.
stress out of your body. So it's just like,
Yeah.
and you can really come up, oh,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? So it's
Yeah.
all these little things which, if you think about it,
We do it
we
automatically.
do instinctively. Our bodies yearn for balance, always seeking balance.
Isn't that wonderful? So we've talked about being out of balance. Is there anything else that there's a kind of guide and you just think, oh, so somebody can notice going, oh, I really am out of balance here.
Yes, I mean, with water, if you are constantly exhausted, you're not getting enough sleep, because the very, very best thing for water elements is sleep. It is the time of year for hibernation. So even if you're getting decent sleep, if you are constantly exhausted, or you're suffering backache because you've got kidney down there, especially lower backache, or you have any urinary tract infections, you can think, oh, maybe my water is out of balance. But the exhaustion thing is, we all know, if we've been out late at night and we're tired, that's a different kind. But if you really are deeply exhausted, it's because your body is trying not to dip into kidney energy. So kidney energy is like a sacred reservoir of energy. It's your constitution. It's what you came in with, and it's hard to replenish. And in Oriental medicine, they say, when your kidney energy becomes depleted and finally is gone, you're gone.
You're gone. Yeah,
you know,
run out of
and
juice.
exactly. So what happens to us in our busy, busy, busy lives nowadays is rather we exhaust all the energy around us, which we should be using, and you go, oh, I just dip into my kidney, my sacred reservoir. Oh, yes, that. Oh, I feel better now. And it's unconscious, obviously, but you're depleting your sacred reservoir. So your body, your energies are saying, no, you can't do this. You need to sleep, and that is that exhaustion where you could just go, oh,
And it's the exhaustion when you wake up in the morning and you're still exhausted.
exactly.
And that's the signal. In fact, I'll tell you.
Take it easy. Take it
Yeah,
easy.
I actually went and had some acupuncture just a month ago because I was feeling that. I was feeling I had no energy at all. And she did various bits, whatever she did with my meridians. What a difference.
Yeah.
Took 3-4 sessions. What a difference.
Kidney energy, like if you work on that, is fantastic to energize you. So one thing is one thing, you don't want to dip into it, but you do want it flowing in its natural state. Yeah. And a great thing is, when you get that feeling of, God, life is like walking uphill against water, and just whatever. It's because your energy could be running backwards, and kidney can flip it round. So all you do is come to the edge of your collarbones to the junction with the breastbone. Just press there.
Yeah.
Okay. And you just clap and you smile. Just for 10 seconds or something, 20 seconds maximum. You can cross your arms, you can massage, whatever you want to do.
Whatever.
It flips your energy.
Wow.
It's the energy running in the right direction. It's really good. Because sometimes, it's running backwards and your body's saying, need to flip it forwards. So that's a good thing. The other thing, another real sure giveaway is if you are one of these people that you are creative, you do have, you enjoy doing things, and you're slightly addicted to new beginnings. If you're the sort of person, I attract waters like magnets. Okay, some of my friends are amazing, highly creative, and they have great visions. But then it's like, oh, yeah, all right, well.
Then you get bored.
That's happened. You've got to make it happen now.
Oh, then you've got to make it, of course. Yes.
Follow through. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's why you get, as we go along during the year, so you find out what elements work very well together. So, for example, a water has huge creativity, huge vision. They are the philosophers. They are amazingly stimulating people to be with, but they sometimes can't follow through. Whereas if you paired with a wood element, the wood element can take that vision, and their sort of superpower is turning it into a reality.
Oh God, it's all so interesting.
I know.
Maddie, I'm conscious of time. So is there anything else that you'd like to add or suggest to people watching this?
I think that the main thing I would say is at this time of year, really explore yourself. Really get out in nature and just sit quietly, and then come back, be nice and warm and cozy, but take time to contemplate, to go within, and use these months, these winter months, if you can, of course, as a hugely, deliberately restorative time, so that when spring comes, you're out there.
And when we meet again, we will be in spring. And what element is spring?
Spring is wood.
Wood.
And it's when everything comes up. You think now is the time when all the bulbs are under the earth, and it's the season of everything's all quietly going on under the surface. And spring is the time where, it's all bursting. Spring is busting out all over.
Well, Maddie and I will be back to look at moving into the wood area. So we'll be at each turn of the seasons, we'll be introducing another element. Maddie, I have learnt loads. I'm going off to push my first and my third pressure point. I'm going to live doing this.
Yeah,
So with
absolutely.
that,
Bum,
it's
bum.
so easy, isn't it? But we're not educated. Absolutely. We're not educated in this. So this is our hope that whoever's watching will really enjoy it and be able to use it. So for now, we'll say goodbye to you, and Maddie and I will be back in the spring with the element of wood.
Wonderful.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.